Go ahead. Yes. Nice to have all of you here. By the way, what a good-looking audience this is, I tell you. Love it, love it, love it. Never saw more smiles in one place in my life. Thank you for all that's gone into this. I certainly thank the city of Mesquite. And I thank all that have come out on a chilly morning, and especially the competitors. I'm going to refer to the competitors right now in what I like to call our story. It's really my story, but I see clearly it's our story. I lost my sight in an automobile accident. I was 18 years of age, driving, well, I was actually a passenger in an automobile with a friend of mine, out too late at night, Christmas Eve, 1966. We had both just gotten off work at midnight. We were working second shift jobs, going to college at a local junior college. We were happy. All the Christmas lights in town were up. We decided we'd just do a little joyride, nothing involving alcohol, drugs, none of that was a part of it. But we ended up out in the country, and long story short, we came across a country hill strewn with gravel, blacktop road. On the other side of it was a T Street. At 60 miles an hour, no time to turn left, no time to turn right. The last thing I remember seeing was the right foot of my friend standing on that brake as we skidded and screeched irrevocably from one life to another. Bang. Lights out. Well, I have to tell you now, it's more than 40 years ago that that happened. And as I stand here in front of you, I'm really telling you the truth. My loss of sight, it was hit the dashboard, optic nerve was crushed. My loss of sight has turned out to be one of the very best things that's ever happened to me. I'm not saying it's been the easiest. And I think it's true for anyone here who has a challenge. It has become a gift that has connected me with fantastic people, people like you. I think our role today is to sort of follow what happened to me, and I think it's happened to all of you in one way or another. You're facing a challenge. It's one of the largest, if not the largest challenge of your life. Could be your position today for many of you. Somebody stepped into my life. I was sitting at home, this was about 6 weeks after coming home from the hospital, sitting at home in my parents' living room, and I'll admit to all of you, I was lonely, isolated, no longer running around with friends, no longer dating, no longer driving an automobile. Very, very lonely. And I was, quote, unquote, watching TV, but really worrying, about my future. Bang. It's the back door opening. It's my father coming in at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a work day. My father was only 41 years of age at that time. I was 18, he was 41. And the vision that this man showed. I heard him stride across the kitchen floor. He turned left and went down to the basement, pounded back up those basement stairs, stepped into my private space, and set before me, of all things, my golf clubs. I said to myself, Dad, don't look now, but I'm in no mood for golf. But I had the kind of a dad you really didn't want to say that to. Some of you probably had that same kind of a dad, because once he had an idea in mind, if he thought he could help somebody, he was going to carry it out. And honest to God, out the door we went, and in about 8 minutes, we're standing on this little golf course that I had seen probably 1,000 times. And standing out there, I could smell the grass on the ground underfoot. I could hear the birds in the distance, and the wind on my face. This was Illinois in late February. My dad didn't seem to care. He says, David, let me have you warm up this stick. So I warmed up the club a few minutes, and you know what? He tells me a little story. And of course, I've told this many a time in all these years, but here it is. My dad says, do you remember Sam Snead? I said, yeah, Dad, I remember Sam. Do you remember what a beautiful swing Sam has? Yeah, Dad, I remember. I'm getting a little bit irritated. He says, David, do you know Sam is oftentimes asked the question, how, Sam, do you have such a beautiful rhythmic golf swing and still hit the darn ball so far? I said, no, Dad, I'm not familiar with that question. He says, David, Sam's answer is really very simple. Sam says to the crowd, ladies and gentlemen, at this stage in my life, I just draws her back and I lets her go. My dad was telling me, David, that's really what you got to do with your life, is to let go of the past and turn to a brighter future. I will never forget that first shot. My dad set me up to the ball just like they do today, just like my friend Dean Jarvis will be doing in a few minutes. He placed the club head behind the ball and he said, David, just take your natural swing. Now listen, this is not just my story. This is your story. You'll all remember that first shot. When you have a prosthetic, you kind of wonder how in the world. The ball literally exploded off the club face 140 yards into our distant future. You know, here we stand at Mesquite. That distant future for all of us, just look around, is right now. I thank you all for making it happen.
Okay, sure. We have a robotic arm near you, so we're going to move you out.
Oh, please do. Please do. Yes, I think, you know, we're going to try to hit a shot. I do emphasize the word try. How about that? And I don't know, Dean, if you have my golf club, and if not, I'll use somebody else's.
It's in my golf bag on the driving range.
Okay. Has anybody got a club? I'll use a long club. I don't mind.
Oh, well.
That's okay. Have we got a tee? Okay, that's fine.
Go ahead, I'll do your talking. You just do the demonstration.
Good, you do the talking, Dave. Right.
Okay. Go ahead, safe distance. Show us how you line up, as you were describing yesterday at breakfast, how Dean went to a golf tournament last weekend in Georgia, and this is the process that they go through to line up a shot. Dean was telling me that David hits about 75% of his fairways. If I could only do that at Wolf Creek or Falcon Ridge or wherever.
Yep. This is essentially pretty much a team game, as you can all see. Very good. No ball. Okay.
So he'll tell him what the distance is and he'll line it up.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Did you go with John Daly on it?
Yeah, that's right. That's it. I love it. Love it. And this is how we do it, essentially. I'm not going to swing here, I guess. I will hit. I'm not going to hit a ball, anybody know? Because I will if you have room. If not, we'll just tote you.
Point the other direction if you're going to hit a ball.
Yeah, we'll do that. We're going to hit one. I'll take a swing or two while you get me set.
As he's setting up, David was talking about how he lines up a putt and how he'll walk from the hole and feel the undulation of the green with his feet. And we'll set up the angle. Dean will set up the angle of the putt, and he feels his way to the hole. It's pretty amazing to hear him describe how he would golf and how sometimes as we look around with our own eyes, it makes it more difficult to do things.
Let you take it from here. You know how he wants to.
Can I just swing here, Dean?
I guess this will be our ceremonial first hit.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, David?
Yes, sir.
Let her rip.
I will.